it's complicated because her married boss, does it really matter if he's married? Just makes him, I guess, more of a D-bag. Makes a pass at her, and she denies him. And now she's wondering, I bet every day I walk in there, this guy could turn the tables on me and fire me. Now what to do? Which is the question she's asking you guys. Kristen has the email.
Hi, Bert Show. I'm writing today because I have a dilemma at work. I love my job. I mean, I never thought I would ever have a job that I can't wait to go to every day.
Clearly, nobody here wrote this email.
I love what I do, and I adore the people I work with. I do work in a field saturated by men, but I have found in my adult life, men are way easier to work with than women. I work for a very small company in town. There are 2 owners and 5 employees. I'm the office manager. Yesterday morning, my bosses called me in the office and gave me a $10,000 raise in my salary for my outstanding performance. Awesome, right? Yesterday evening, I was alone at the office, which is not unusual. One of my bosses and a friend of his had just finished golfing. They stopped by the office right before 4 p.m. for more drinks before they went home. I had one small drink with them because they cracked open an $800 bottle of whiskey. And I've never tried expensive whiskey before. It was awful, by the way. But they proceeded to drink half the bottle. I left, told them to lock up, and before I made it 5 minutes up the road, I started getting text messages. Long story short, my boss tried to convince me to meet up with him and hook up. I spent the evening crying. I felt betrayed and embarrassed. I feel like my days here are numbered. I completely ignored his advances, and I'm scared that if his ego is bruised, there will be consequences. I know I need to start looking for a new job, and I want to tell the other owner what happened so that he understands why I left. I feel like yesterday morning when they told me how valuable I was to the company and complimenting me, it was all a lie. I can't help but feel like there were ulterior motives, and now I question myself. I feel like women are up against so much in the workforce. I've succeeded at previous jobs, and people would snicker and say, she must be sleeping with the boss. Now I work with predominantly men, and I have been well respected for the last 3 years here, and my self-esteem was so high. I had so much confidence, but I feel he stole that security from me. I've lost all confidence and question all the raises and accolades. He used his position of authority to try to sleep with me, and I don't know how to proceed in the next coming weeks. Do I chalk this up to a drunken mistake on his part and try to forgive? My gut says he crossed a boundary, and for me to ever feel comfortable, I have to look for a new job. Any advice would help. Thank you so much.
So my knee-jerk reaction here is you go to HR, right? But that's nowhere even in here. So if you are in HR and this is what you are paid to do, 1-855-BERT Show. What a sucky situation to be in.
Yeah, it's so I can't even fathom being put in this position because especially if you're so excited to go to work and it feels like everything's great, sometimes you always feel like the other shoe's about to drop, and here it is, that shoe is dropping. There is a part of me that says you need to go to HR, but I also have a part of me that thinks this is just a drunken mistake. Like, it'd be one thing if he made a physical pass at you. Like, he's made you uncomfortable and he sent you a drunk text, which I feel like we have all done at one point or another. He probably got out of his drunkenness the next day and completely regretted it. So I think you should clock this information, tell somebody about it just in case something does happen down the road. But I think he probably wants to forget it, and I know you want to forget it.
Going to HR to get ahead of it seems to make sense, and I'd like to think that she should be able to find some comfort in the fact that it's text messages and she has it in writing, but I just don't know if that's going to go her way. You just never really know. So I hate that she feels like she has to find a new job for something she didn't do, and she loves this job. If it's me, I probably would look for work just in case and not really focus on him or bring it up, but just have the comfort in knowing that I have it in writing in case I ever need it in the future.
What a crappy situation to be in, man, because here she is. She loves this job, and I think she might be right here. I wonder if they gave her this $10,000 bonus just to keep her quiet and keep her happy.
Well, they did that before he hit on her, though.
Did they?
Yes.
Yeah, so
Okay.
it was more of like, are they buttering me up for the text later?
It's so hard to find a job that you really love going to every day. When you look at the statistics of people in this country, I mean, it's more than half of people wake up in the morning, their first thought is, dang it, now I got to go to this crappy job. She's got this great job. She's done nothing to change the situation except her boss. I'm going to HR and I'm trying to keep that thing. But I've never been in an office with that kind of tension.
I mean, the thing that broke my heart was that she was like, I had so much confidence, but I feel he stole that security from me. So if I was in your position, or like, you're my best friend and I'm trying to give you advice, what he did was wrong. Completely out of pocket, no excuse, etc. If you do love this job and the other people you work with, I think now it's not about the mistake he made, but it's how he rectifies the mistake and how he tries to fix said mistake. I think you're owed an apology. I don't know if you're going to get that, because then that's admittance of doing something wrong, and somebody in the office isn't going to want to do that. I would not make a knee-jerk reaction. I would see how this next week goes. And then after that, if it's unbearable, then part ways with the company.
And they may be too small of a company even to have HR.
Yeah.
Maybe. So, yeah, I think I'm with Kristen on this.
The Bert Show.